for my brethren. So our heaviness and our sorrow in our hearts is a curse from Christ for our brethren. Who are our brethren, bro? Our brother, say yes, brother.
Brother,
yes, my brother. Yeah. So when you go to this guy, you're gonna say yes, my brother. No, that's not your brother. You understand? So my brethren, go on.
My kinsmen.
I'm a kinsman. That means you're next of kin. All right. That means you are next of kin from what? The west coast of Africa, right?
I'm from Congo.
So the west coast of Africa, all right, to the West Indies, we are brethren. We was taken and put onto from slave ships, bro. All right. Go on.
No. According to the flesh.
Because according to the flesh, bro. All right, go on.
Who are Israelites.
That's who we are. It's not we are spiritually one in Christianity and that. We are Israelites according to the curses. That's what he told you about, right? He said that he must have brought that out to you.
Yeah.
Said the curses of the Israelites, bro. Go on. According to the flesh. Go on.
Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption.
The adoption.
And the glory.
The glory.
And the covenant.
The covenant.
And the giving of the law.
The only person that was given the law wasn't these guys. This Uncle Fester, Adam's family. He wasn't given any laws. We was given laws, man. Look, the Most High don't want this guy to have any laws. He's a pork eating, abomination, crab, lobster eating waste man, bro.
Nah, I feel you look though, man.
We have
4 children. I'm a white woman.
Bro, that's cool. Their children are Israelites.
Yes.
But there's no repentance for that woman. That's just biblical, bro. Yeah. Go on, go to the point. Go to verse 13.
13. As it is written.
Romans 9:13. As it is written.
Jacob have I loved.
Jacob he loves.
But Esau have I hated.
So, bro, there's an understanding that this is Jacob, bro. In Genesis, yeah? This is Jacob. And Esau, he hates him. Yeah. Alright? Esau is the so-called white man the Bible speaks of, yeah? The Caucasian, the Caucasus. Alright? They was driven into the caves and the cliffs and the rocks. Alright? So now the Most High hates him, bro. How are you gonna love someone the Most High hates, bro? Are you not a child of the Most High?
Yeah, no, 100, bro. 100.
So if the Most High hates someone, don't you hate them as well, bro?
You should.
You should. You gotta be on the right team.
100.
No, you want to be on the wrong team, bro. I want to be on the Most High's team.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's a bit harsh, right? That we're saying, your wife is hating.
The truth is the truth, innit?
Oh, right.
The truth is the truth to me.
What? Your children are not hated, bro.
My thing is,
your children are loved.
I still believe.
Give me Numbers chapter 1.
The good that. Alright, hold on. Yo. 5 minutes, man.
5 minutes, brother.
5, please, bro. I'm not even.
Yeah, 12 minutes, 12 tracks.
Yeah. Alright, wait in the car, bro. I'm even on pedal. I'm in 7. Yeah, wait, bro. Serious. My bad, bro. Alright, thank you.
You read this to the brother quickly.
Numbers 1 and 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
By the house of their fathers, bro. Understand? So your children are Israelites. Understand? Because of you. Yeah. Understand? So don't worry about the woman too much, bro. You know what I mean? Bros before hoes, man.
Yeah, man. But here's
no,
the thing.
That she's your.
Yeah, I love white women.
Yeah, but you can't. Your Most High hates white women, bro.
Do you see now where I say, I don't want to hear it? But honestly, it's a law,
right, bro. You see what? You got that Samson spirit, man. You got that Solomon spirit, man. Alright? Solomon was the guy that would do that, man. Solomon would go with other women. Samson, he loved to go with the Hamite women, the Philistine women. You know what I mean?
That the white woman?
The Hamitic women, like the Sudanese and the Eritrean.
I wouldn't lie, man. That's
the Ethiopian.
That's my thing, man. I don't know, innit? Bro, see the black girls
look,
now.
A dog.
I'm not really into the twerky business.
A dog goes with a dog. A dog don't sleep with cat.
That's it.
A lion don't sleep with hyenas. You understand? You deal with your kind after your race.
That's it.
Alright? We are the lions. We are the sheep. Sheep don't sleep with goats. The Most High is going to divide them. Give me that in Matthew chapter 25 and 31. Quickly for the brother, because he's anxious to hear the word.
This is the book of Matthew 25 and verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory.
So this is the New Testament Christian vibes. The Son of Man is coming.
And the holy angels with him.
And the holy angels with him.
Then shall he sit on the throne of his glory.
Alright, so this is the coming of the Messiah, the second coming of the Messiah.
And before him shall be gathered all nations.
So all nations are going to be gathered.
And he shall separate them one from another.
So bro, you're not allowed to be chilling with them. The Messiah is going to separate you even if you love them. The Messiah is going to separate you, bro. If you're a Christian, you should be learning these things, man.
I wouldn't lie, you see everything you're saying, I'm with it and I hear it. So here's my thing, just out of curiosity. So who's the God of the white man?
The God of the white man is this guy, bro. Of this guy. He's called Baal.
Baphomet, yeah.
That's the God of the white man, bro. Alright, this guy, man. Alright, this damn pedophile. Alright, with the little children, and he's got damn titties. He's a cross-dressing hermaphrodite madman, alright? Bro, when you got time, man, because it seems like a lot of things are on your mind to do.
No, but I rate this, bro. Like, honestly.
So what you got to do, come back and get some more.
Yeah, let me.
Alright? You know what I mean? All praises to our Bash Hamashiach Yahushua. No, alright, let's open up. You need to come there. Let's open up. Alright? So first and foremost, alright? We're going to give all praises, honor and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Bahar, Rabal, Kadash. Alright, we give double honors to the elders of the house of David that rule and teach well. Alright, and shalom to the sisters that are out there, alright, that are ministering to their children and the sisters that are not so well in the spirit. Alright, shalom to the mighty men out there on the highways and byways trying to wake up the elect. Alright, and yeah, man, shalom to the children. Shabbat shalom to the children that are honoring their fathers and mothers at home, man. Alright, calm yourself. Yeah, man. Yeah, the brother's gonna open up for us today, man. Alright.
Right, yeah, so we're the Hebrew Israelites, we're the vine of Israel. We come out here week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom and the waking up of our people. Yeah, so, you know, like brother put out to the brother there. These are the last days, man. We need to get our act together. You get me Acts 3 and 19. Yeah, because, you know, little do we know, wars kicking off. You know, everyone's going about their day to day, but eventually it's going to hit home, or not home, it's going to hit this society and these people. You know, the petrol's going up. The food prices are going to be going up. Next minute, there's not going to be no food on your shelf.
What you've done is going to stay in my head for a long time.
I know I'm with it. And hear the words of life, man. Yeah, so brothers are waking up. The younger brothers,
This is Acts chapter 3 and verse 19. Repent ye therefore and be converted, that your sins may be blotted out. Then, when the times of refreshing shall come from the presence of Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai.
And that's the time that we're living in now, man. The times of refreshing. Yeah, refreshing means to like replenish. This earth is going to get cleaned out from its wickedness. You know, only the righteous are going to be able to withstand this wrath that the Most High is going to bring to this kingdom. You know, Esau's time is up. You know, so that's why we're out here. We're out here for our so-called blacks, Native Americans and Seminole Indians to tell them to wake up, you know? So yeah, man, Prophet Shah, give me Matthew 24. Yeah, because this is what's happening right. This is what's happening right now.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verses 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
So yeah, all these things must come to pass. Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. So there's that little time frame for us to get ourselves together, to get our spirits right. You know, Passover's coming up. You know, we need to purge out that leaven. Go on, carry on, King.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
And that's what's going to happen. This is the beginning of sorrows, man. We haven't seen it yet, but you know, Ukraine, they're seeing it, man. You know, you've got Israelites out there too, you know. We've got the 12 tribes scattered across the four corners. You know, they're not even trying to let certain so-called blacks out of that country. So these are the times where we need to wake up, man. So yeah, we're out here to preach the gospel. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Everyone needs to hear this, man. We need to magnify the Most High's name, yeah, and we need to call our brothers and sisters to repentance. Because, you know, there's a lot of these people out here handing out flyers and handing out leaflets, but no Bible verses. No, not one Bible in no one's hand. You know, we're going to read the Bible now.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
we're going to preach the gospel to our people, because everyone seems to think that the gospel is for everyone, and it's not. Come on, bring that out, King.
This is Isaiah chapter 8 and verses 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
Yeah, and that's it, man. So these people that are handing out these things, there is no light in them. Because, you know, when you go and bring them a few verses, they don't want to hear that. They want to give you the leaflet.
That's right.
Matthew 24 and 13 to 14, Brother Kashar. Yeah, so we need to come out of this. At more time, the people that are taking these flyers and these leaflets from these people are our people. Because we're spiritually dead, man. We're just trying to grab onto something, you know?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world, for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
And that's it, man. This is the witness. This is the testimony. Yeah, these are the words of Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
You know? This is the testimony that we need to wake up, you know, because obviously there's rumors of wars, and wars are going to start coming now. They're going to start coming to this place, well, like you've never seen. Yeah, go on, bring it up.
And one thing we know, the pastors are not even teaching biblical prophecy, because this is all biblical, that wars are happening, man. All right? But they want to pray for Ukraine. Why are pastors praying against the Bible? That's blasphemy, man. If there's war in Ukraine, all praises unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because it's biblical prophecy taking place.
That's it.
Let me read that.
Yeah, go on, bring that out.
This is Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophet which prophesy peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Most High Yahweh have truly sent him.
That's it, man. So these people that are prophesying peace, that's false doctrine.
That's right.
Because the most Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is not coming to bring peace, you know? He's coming to bring a sword. Let me get that.
This is the
People need to hear this, man.
this is the book.
Especially the heathen. Yeah, go on, bring that out,
This is the book of Luke chapter 12 and verse 51.
Bring it out.
Suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay.
I tell you what?
I tell you nay, but rather division.
What?
But rather division.
That's it, man. So, you know, the Most High is gonna, the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is gonna come and he's gonna separate. You know, he's gonna put the goats on the left and the sheep on the right. You know?
That's
Go on,
right.
bring that.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 18. The Spirit of Yahweh is upon me, because he have anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He have sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering the sight of the blind, to set the liberty of to liberty them that are to set at liberty them that are bruised.
Yeah, and that's the captives there. That's our people. We're the ones that are captive in these lands. You know, in our captivity. You know, and Yahushua was reading the book of Isaiah. Do you want to get that? 61 of Shah. Yeah, so he was reading the prophet Isaiah. So as the Bible always says, as it is written, yeah, because in the Old Testament is where it was written. So now we're going to see the Old Testament.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 61 and verse 1. The spirit of power is upon me, because Yahweh have anointed me to preach the good tidings unto the meek.
Yeah, so that's what he's to preach the good tidings unto the meek. Now, who are the meek? Who are the meek of the earth? Have you got that, King? 141.
Psalms
49. 149 or what?
Psalms 149 and verse 1. Praise ye Yahweh, sing unto Yahweh a new song, and his praise in the congregation of the saints. Let Israel rejoice in him.
Let who?
Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king. Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them praise unto him with the tambour and harp. For Yahweh taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation.
So the meek are his people. You know, the ones that have the salvation, the ones that have these words of life to cling on to, you know, as for hope, because there is no hope for these other nations. Yeah, the meek are Israel.
That's right.
Calm. Bring that, we're gonna come back to that.
Matthew. Yeah, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 5. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
And you know, that's what I mean. Who is the earth made for? So we know that. Do you want to get that as well? Second Ezra 6.
Second Ezra chapter 6. Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, Yahweh, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
So look, this is all matching up now. This is why you have to go precept upon precept. Yeah, line upon line, here a little and there a little, to get understanding. Otherwise, you wouldn't know what you're reading. This Bible is like a code, a puzzle, and it's only for the Israelites.
That's right.
Now bring that, carry on.
Start again from the top.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 61 and verse 1. The spirit of Yahweh power is upon me, because Yahweh have anointed me to preach the good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prisons to them that are bound.
Yeah, so, you know, the ones that are in the prison houses, the ones that are in captivity, you know, these are the ones that these words are for, you know. And obviously that's why we're out here. We're out here to wake up our people, man. You know. And Baba Kishar, can you get me Psalms 147 and 2? Yeah, go on.
What Isaiah? Yeah, this is what Isaiah was saying, man. This is Isaiah chapter 46 and verse 12. Hearken unto me, these stout-hearted, that are far from righteousness. I bring near my righteousness, it shall not be far off, and my salvation shall not tarry. And I will place salvation in Zion, for Israel my glory.
And that's what I'm saying. You know, like we're the people that are the most far off from righteousness. You know, because we're the ones that have been led astray. You know, all praises to Yahweh. Yeah, so we're the people that they devise all these, create all these devices to keep us from the truth. So we're the ones that are far from righteousness. But really, the salvation is actually for us, for Israel, His glory. Go on, did you? Oh yeah, go on. So yeah, Salakia. Yeah, go on. Grab that, please. There's another one on the meat as well. I just got that, yeah? Psalms.
This is Zephaniah.
Yeah, calm, man. So, you know, obviously the sun's coming out now as well. You know, the seasons are changing. So, you know, everyone thinks everything's going back to normal. But really, in certain parts of this earth, there's war kicking off. There's famine. And it's only going to come here sooner or later.
This is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as a chaff, before the fierce anger of Yahweh come upon you, before the day of Yahweh's anger come up upon you. Seek ye Yahweh, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrath his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of Yahweh's anger.
And that's how we opened out. We opened out about the refreshing, the day of refreshing. That's the day of the Lord's anger. This is what it's talking about. And you know, the nation that needs to be gathered together is Israel. You know, that's the nation that's not desired. You know, and again, the meek. So, you know, all throughout the Bible it's going to show you that the meek is actually Israel. So go on, bring that again.
This is the book of Psalms 147 verse 2. Yahweh do build up Jerusalem. He gathered together the outcasts of Israel. He healed the brokenhearted and bind up their wounds.
So yeah, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, He binds up the wounds of the brokenhearted. Yeah, we already read that in Isaiah and Luke that the brokenhearted need to be healed, isn't it? You know, and that's Israel again. You know, so you just can't get around the fact that the gospel is actually for one set of people. There is no, you know, obviously, you know, some brothers, they want to cling on to other nations, but we're not allowed to do that. That's a law that we're supposed to not do that. And you know, Salakia, Solomon, that's how he ended up going off, because of the women. You know, they'll always get into your head. You want to get me Baruch 3 and 8 of Kishar, and Isaiah 42 and 22 of Kishar. Yes. You got that?
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse.
Come, so you know the only people that have been scattered for a reproach and a curse are Israel. That's going into the Deuteronomy 28 curses. Carry on.
And to subject to payment according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from Yahweh our power.
So we're still paying tax. We're still in the land of our captivity.
Go on.
Go on, carry on.
Hear, Yasharallah, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art thine enemies in thine enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead.
And that's what I'm saying. It's a question. How have we done that? It's because we went off. We wasn't listening. We wasn't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. So the Most High is going to punish us for that. So that's why we're in the land of our captivity. A lot of people want to give these other nations the credit to the fact that they have put us in these conditions and have kept us down, but not realizing it's the Most High that did this.
That's
to us,
right.
You know, we can't get around that.
That's right.
Is there more now? Yeah, go on.
Verse 11, that thou art counted with them that go down into the grave, that thou hast forsaken the foundation of wisdom. For if thou hast walked in the ways of power, you should have dwelt in peace forever.
And that's it, man. If we walk after the law, statutes, and commandments, this is our peace, isn't it? You know, our rest isn't in this land of captivity. You know, the peace is these laws, statutes, and commandments. These are our comfort. You know, you got that thing?
This is Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 21. Yahweh is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable. But this is a people robbed and spoiled, and they are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore. Who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Who gave Jacob for a spoil, and Israel to the robbers? Did not Yahweh? Did not Yahweh? The Lord, he against whom we have sinned, for they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law.
And that's it, plain, man. Because we didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments, yeah. Because we didn't read the. Hold on for a second. Because we didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments, the Most High gave us for a spoil, yeah, to these other nations, you know. No, totally. I think it's 3. Yeah, get me Tobit 3 and 4. So that's why the Lord put us in these conditions, because we didn't listen. We didn't listen to his law, statutes, and commandments, so he gave us for a spoil. You know, that's again going into the gospel, and how all these things in the gospel, like the meek, the broken-hearted, the captive, yeah, they all fit one type of people. Not all people have gone through these same conditions. Well, bring that thing.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 3, verse 4. For they obeyed not thy commandments, wherefore thou hast delivered us for a spoil, and unto captivity, and unto death, for a reproach to all the nations among whom we were despised. Dispersed.
And that's it. That's plain. Because we didn't listen, he's the one, the Most High is the one that put us in all these other nations' hands. Because we know that when we're under these other nations, yeah, they thrive and we stay on a lower state. As soon as we start keeping the commandments, yeah, those things don't affect us. You know, these law, statutes, and commandments clothe us. So we're not worried about these carnal things and these worldly things that are happening. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So give me 29 and 4. Jeremiah, slacking. 29 and 4. So yeah, all these things are the gospel, which are supposed to be preached to a certain set of people. You know.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 29 and verse 4. Thus saith Yahweh of the power of hosts of Israel unto all to carry away captives, whom I have came to be a carry away from Jerusalem into Babylon. Build ye houses and dwell in them.
Yeah, so obviously captives that are taken into Babylon. So we know that this is twofold as well, because we're in Babylon right now. You know, the Western society, the Western world, what it preaches is all contrary to sound doctrine. So that's why we know we're in the land of confusion, you know? And this is Babylon all over. Now we've got heathens drinking themselves to death, so all praises, you know?
Give praises.
Yeah, class, man. So yeah, that's the gospel.
That's right.
Yeah, I had to, man. I had to. You know, because I can't stand it, man. You know, each day that goes by, I you know, I have to work around these people, and it's too much, man. It's too much still.
God.
So we're gonna get the Romans 11:1, Baba Kushal. So yeah, this is, you know, we're here to preach the gospel, man.
That's right.
And you know, we're trying to look for our brothers and sisters.
That's
Go on,
right.
you got that?
This is the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 1. I say then, has power cast away his people? Power forbid. For I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
So yeah, the Most High hasn't passed us away, man. You know, a lot of people want to, you know, the trials and tribulations that they're going through are really hard, to the point where they can actually give up on hope and think, oh really, if the Most High was loving and peaceful, why would he do this to me? But you know, that's why we need to check our spirit, man. We need to check what we're actually doing and come back to these laws. Go on.
Yeah, and that's where it's a stumbling block for the Christian doctrine, because of they like to refer to Paul's writing, but Paul's telling you that the Most High hasn't cast away his people, because he himself is an Israelite.
That's right.
So where does he ever say that he's for the rest of the world? He says, I'm an Israelite of the tribe of Benjamin. So that's how you know that the book is only about the children of Israel. New Testament, Old Testament, and the Apocrypha. This book is only for the so-called black Native American Seminole Indians, man. The ones that went into the captivity.
And that's what I'm saying. That's playing in Romans as well. You know, he said that he would wish that he can go through it for his kinsmen and his brethren. You know. So the Most High hasn't cast you away, man. You just need to come back home, man, and live in these laws. Because you know, a lot of people want to say like it's a religion and that. You know, Christianity has really. Yeah.
This is Psalms 106 verse 34. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom Yahweh commanded them, but were mingled among heathen and learned their works, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. They sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan. And the land was polluted with blood.
That's it. That's plain, man. You know, because of that, we've you know, most people have gone and done the same heathen traditions as these other nations, man, and start going on to their idols, you know.
This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12. For thine uncorruptible spirit is in all things. Therefore chastenest thou them by little and little that offend, and waste and warnest them, but by putting them in remembrance, wherein they had offended, that leaving their wickedness they may believe ye on Yahweh. For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both these old inhabitants, those whole inhabitants of the Holy Land, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft and wickedness and wicked sacrifices, and also those merciless murderers of children, and the devourers of men's flesh, and the feast of blood, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute from help. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, basically the same thing of the Canaanites. Alright, that's the precept to understand how the Canaanites were keeping up with witchcraft, and our people love to deal with that unrighteous vibes, man, and mingled ourselves among them by giving our children unto damn Molech, man. Alright, that's why they have the damn Satan clause, man. Alright, unto devils it was saying. Alright, that is why the Most High says, yo, we need to repent from them ways. Alright, it says, that's why Jacob says, cast away the gods of the other nations, man. Alright, put away them gods of them idols, man, and come back to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We have got a chance to repent, but the other guys, them gods were made for them. Leave them with their gods, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's why they do all that evil stuff, like, you know, sacrificing children and drinking blood. This is all in the Bible, man. This was thousands of years before, you know?
Eating man's flesh.
Yeah, eating man's flesh, you know? Parents giving up their children, you know, like a sacrifice. So, yeah, so this is all written of old, you know? This was all written of old, man. Yeah, go on.
This is Isaiah chapter 48 and verse 9. For my namesake will I defer mine anger, and for my praise will I refrain for thee, that I cut thee not off. Behold, I have refrained thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. For mine own sake, even from mine own sake will I do it. For how should my name be polluted? And I will not give my glory unto another.
God.
Yeah.
And that's going to like Ishmael, saying that the Most High is not going to give his glory unto any other nation but unto the Israelites.
That's
so
right.
Ishmael can't squeeze his way in. Esau can't repent and cry about it. Hamites, Canaanites, this is only for the children of Israel, the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and the Semi-Indians.
That's right. That's right.
And that's why it said as well, the Most High chastened a little and little, just so, you know, just so you can repent. You know what I mean? And come back to these laws.
Like the brother was saying, right, in Romans 11, right, he's an Israelite, right, Benjamin, right, so this is Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 25.
Bring it out.
Thus saith Yahweh, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yahweh of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahweh, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
So yeah, you know, we still see these things here, man. So that we're still the Most High nation. Yeah, we've still got the sun, the stars, the moon, you know, so he will never cut off his people, like it says in Romans. You got that in Jeremiah? Yeah. No. Second Maccabees 6:16. Yeah, so the Most High is never going to cast us away, but he will cast you away if you're going to join hand in hand with the heathen and their customs.
And they'll love to say, the Israelites, they're not here no more. The Israelites, we're all spiritual Israelites.
Where does it say that in the Bible?
So then you're telling them Jewish guys that they're not Israelites. You understand? You're saying that they're the tribe of Jew, they're the Jew tribe, right?
Yeah.
So then you're now going against, you're being anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
If you say there's no Israelites, you're anti-Semitic. Alright?
Yeah, that's what I mean, man. The system's backwards, man. But it's all an agenda, you know? They know who the chosen people are. That's why we're at the bottom of society.
That's right.
You know, that's why we have these curses upon us. You know, it's simple, man. You just got to read. blessed is he that readeth, man. Yeah.
That's right.
This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 16. And therefore, he never withheld his mercy from us. And therefore, he never withdrew his mercy from us. And though he punished with adversity, yet did he never forsake his people. But let this that we have spoken before a warning unto us. And now will we come to the declaring of the matter in a few words.
So, you know, even in the Maccabees, they knew that the Most High didn't cast them away, man. You know, he never will, you know. They know that the Most High loves his son, his only begotten son, well, not his only, Salakia, his firstborn. Yeah, Israel. Do you know what I'm saying? So we need to come out of that mindset of this whole spiritual Israel and how everyone can be saved, because not everyone can be saved. You know? So yeah, man. Do you want to get me Isaiah 30:1? So yeah, man. We need to wake up. We do need to wake up, man. Because these days are getting less and less, you know. Eventually, we won't even be able to come out here and preach the gospel, you know. Yeah, it's all the exactly. It's all the will of the Most High, man. Go.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, and verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, says Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, that they're covered with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin unto sin, sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
That's what these most of our people are doing.
That's right.
They're trusted in the shadow of Egypt, because even though this isn't actual Egypt, it is spiritually. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when you go everywhere, you see all these obsculis or techanews, whatever they call them. Oblimus. You know? Because they're showing you that this is their whole doctrine is still the same. You know, and now when our people try to cling on to this whole African Pan-African movement, they're actually laughing. These guys that are actually head of these Pan-African, they're getting paid by Esau, definitely, because it's another doctrine, and it's closer than, you know what I mean. I was there at one point, but it's a shadow, man. You know, and if it's a shadow, it means it's not the real thing. So you need to do your research.
Leviticus 18.
Yeah, go on. Leviticus 18 and 3. I kind of wanted to go back to that Isaiah. But yeah, that's all right. It's all right. Go on. Get
going. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 3. After the doing of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwell, ye shall not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances.
Yeah, man. And that's a commandment there, man. We're not meant to be dealing. Yeah, we're not meant to be dealing in the ordinances of Egypt. You know, because this is Egypt. We shouldn't be doing anything that they promote on the TV, on adverts, in the school. We shouldn't be doing it, man.
Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 22. Ye shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my judgments, and do them, that the land whither I bring you to dwell therein, spew you not out. And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation, ye which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things and therefore I abhor them. But I have said unto you, ye shall inherit their land, and I will give it unto you to possess it, and a land that floweth with milk and honey. And I am Yahweh your power, which have separated you from other people. Ye shall therefore be different, put difference between clean beasts and unclean, and between unclean fowls and clean. And ye shall not make yourselves abominable by beasts, or by fowl, or by any manner of living thing that creepeth on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean. And ye shall be holy unto me.
And ye shall be what?
And ye shall be holy unto me. For I, Yahweh, am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine.
That's right.
That's just clear. You know, he separated us. He made sure that there was a separation between us and these other heathens.
That's right.
You know, that's why we shouldn't be doing. We're going to go back to Isaiah 30 and 3. Yeah, because the more we trust in these things, the more it's going to destroy us. Yeah.
That's iron rusted.
Yeah, that's it, man. And that's all that Egypt was about. It was all about wickedness, you know. There was incest. There was marrying brother and sister. Do you know what I mean? They were worshipping the sun, you know. And these are the same leaders of this world now. Is what they're pushing. That same doctrine. Go on, bring that out, King.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
See, that's simple. So the more you trust in this society and this wickedness, the more it's going to destroy you, man. It's going to be your confusion. You know, the Most High is going to put a spirit on you to actually think that this is real, man. You know, and how you know, they'll turn around and say, oh yeah, the leaders of this world, they have all the knowledge. That's why they're showing all this Egypt stuff. But it's deeper than that, man. It's spiritual, you know. What's it? Do you want to get me Revelations 11 and 8? Yeah, go on, bring that out.
This is Ezekiel chapter 32 and verse 12. By the sword of the mighty will I cause the multitude to fall, and the terrible of the nations, all of them, and they shall spoil the prom of Egypt, and all the multitude thereof shall be destroyed. I will destroy also all the beasts thereof from besides the great waters. There neither shall the foot of men trouble them no more, any more, nor the hoofs of beasts trouble them. I will make their waters deep, and cause their rivers to run like oil, saith Yahweh power. When I shall make the land of Egypt desolate, and the country shall be destitute of that thereof whereof it was full, when I shall smite all them that dwell therein, then shall they know that I am Yahweh.
And that goes into that hand joined in hand, the wicked shall not be punished, paraphrasing. You know, because if you want to join hand in hand with what these heathens stand for, then that's going to be your downfall. That's going to be your confusion. You know?
That's right.
And this is it. Go on, bring that here.
This is the book of Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our master was crucified.
See, and that's it. This is the same land. So, do you want to get me Hosea 10 and 13? This is the same. It's all spiritual, man. We've got to see this with a spiritual eye, man. We're still in the same captivity. It's the same. It's, you know, that which have been. Isaiah.
This is Hosea chapter 10. This is Hosea 10 and 13. Ye have plowed wickedness, ye have reaped iniquity. Ye have eaten the fruit of lies, because thou didst trust in the way, in the multitude of thy mighty men. Therefore shall a tumult arise among the people, and all thy fortresses shall be spoiled, as Shalman spoiled Bethabel in the day of battle. The mothers was dashed in pieces upon her children. So shall Bethel do unto you, because of your great wickedness. In a morning shall the king of Israel be utterly cut off.
So he's saying we plowed wickedness, man. You know? And this is our judgment, you know? So, you know, and our people, we're eating the fruit of these lies. You know, the lies that the so-called white man, Esau, the leader of this kingdom has been pushing down. Yeah, the devil that the Bible speaks of, because it's all doctrine other than sound doctrine comes from him and his school systems and his science. You know, all of that is all left side. It's like it's a witchcraft and wizardry. You know, that's why they have all these films with like Harry Potter and all that for the children as well, to start them off early.
This is the book of Nahum, chapter 3 and verse 4. Because the multitude of whoredom from the wealth of the harlot, the mysteries of witchcraft, that saved nations through her whoredom, and families through her witchcraft.
That's it.
Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh. I will discover thy secret of thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
Yeah, that's what's happening in these last days, man. Esau is being revealed, man. His skirt is getting uncovered, you know? Yeah, so.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 18. Behold, Israel after the flesh are not they which eat of the sacrifices, partakers of the altar. What say I then? That the idol is anything, or that which is offered in sacrifices to idols is anything? But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils, and not to power. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils.
That's right.
Ye cannot drink the cup of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and the cup of devils. Ye cannot be partakers of Yahweh's, Ba'ashem Yahushai's table, and the table of devils.
Yeah, so there's no, it's either one or the other, isn't it?
That's
so
right.
Even like with all these like songs and these things that they put out, they do sacrifices to them. Do you know what I mean? And then when you keep with it and you join with them, those spirits jump on you.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? So yeah, all these like big songs that come out, all these big films and these, you know, they actually do sacrifices to
That's
them.
right.
You know that before they bring them out. And then when they go viral and all these millions and millions of people are listening to them, they're getting that same vibration from what they've just put out. That's why we shouldn't be dealing with these heathen customs, even down to the music and that. We shouldn't be listening to this music that's left hand, that's off. You know?
That's right.
Like all this killing your brother and, you know, stabbing this and stabbing that and degrading our women. We shouldn't be listening to that sort of music, because it's just gonna cause that spirit to go on you. You know what I'm saying? Go on. Yeah, 3:50.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 15. That which has been now that which has been is now, and that which is to be has already been, and power requireth that which is past.
And that's what the brother was bringing out with the precept about the idolatry and them sacrificing blood and giving their children. That's nothing new. You know, that's been happening then. So it's still happening now. You alright, Kim?
I'm okay.
How you doing?
Fine, thank
Yeah? You got 2 minutes to hear some words?
you. Yeah.
Yeah, what's your nationality? Where's your father from?
Africa.
Yeah, what part?
Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone, yeah. So, you know, you could possibly be an Israelite from the tribe, the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
No, no.
Yeah, well, that's what we're out here to speak the truth, you know. And, what's it? You want to get
My brother,
So
let's leave it next time.
why are you busy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got 2 minutes, man.
It's all right.
This is life. Get me food for a month.
No, I'm okay, Jay. Next time.
There might not be a next time. That's why we're out here.
When do you come back?
We come here every Saturday.
Every Saturday, maybe
Yeah.
next Saturday.
Yeah, every Saturday.
Alright?
Yeah, go on, get 5 and 7. Yeah, go on, get Sirach 5 and 7. Yeah, help yourself.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of Yahweh come forth, and in your security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance.
Man, return quickly back to these laws, man, because we ain't gonna have time to be walking up and down like that, man.
Done.
The brother seems really lost, man, you know. But yeah, it's sad. It's sad still.
Yeah, we were 20 years ago.
Yeah, go on.
Saying about the music, right?
Yeah, go on. Ezekiel 28.
This is the you can get 1 Samuel chapter 16 and 23. Right? We start from 19. This is Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 13. Ezekiel 28 and verse 13. Thou hadst been in Eden, the garden of power. Every perverse stone, precious stone, was thy covering. The sirius, the topaz, the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, the jasper, the sapphire, the emerald, the carbuncle, and gold. The workman of the tabret and of thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou was created. Right? Thou art the anointed cherubim that covered, and I have set thee also. Thou was upon the mountain, the holy mountain of power, thou walking up and down in the midst of the stones and fire of fire. Yeah, that was just saying that there was music, in the ways of in the Garden of Eden, man. All right. But if I start from Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 12, and it says, "Son of man, thou take up a lamentation upon the king of Paris, and say unto him, Thus saith Yahweh, who scaleth up the sum full of wisdom and perfect in beauty." All right, so this is showing us that the Most High, right? He's saying all these things that were within the Garden of Eden. There's nothing new under the sun. All right, so that Tyrus, he was in the Garden of Eden, and he's notified as basically that serpent. Man. All right, that serpent that was beguiling Eve. Understand? He was spiritually regenerated into Tyrus, that spirit of Tyrus, that serpent. Alright, so now we've got to look deep and see, okay, they was playing music then. Yes. There's music to beguile people, alright, put evil spirits on people. And there's music on the right hand side. Yes. That will be that.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16 and verse 19. Wherefore Saul sent messengers unto Jesse and said, Send me David, thy son, which is with the sheep. And Jesse took an ass laden with bread and a bottle of wine and a kid, and sent them by David his son unto Saul. And David came to Saul and stood before him, and he loved him greatly, and he became his armor bearer. And Saul sent to Jesse, saying, Let David, I pray thee, stand before me, for he hath found favor in my sight. And it came to pass, when the evil spirit from power was upon Saul, that David took an harp and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him.
So, see, and that's on the right side, like the brothers bring it out. You know, he played the harp, and that was it, man. That demon left him, that spirit left him. You know what I'm saying? And like that's what I mean, like what I was saying about, do you want to get me Genesis 4 and start at 17. Start at 17. So yeah, there's music on the left side and then there's music on the right side, isn't it?
That's right.
You know? And
this is the book of Genesis chapter 4 verse 17. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch. And he built a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. And unto Enoch was born Jared, and Arad begat Mahushal, and Mahushal begat Methuselah, and Methuselah begat Lamech, and Lamech took unto him 2 wives. The name of one was Adherence, and the name of the other Zilha. And Ada bare Jabal. He was the father of such that dwelt in tents, and of such that have cattle. And his brother was named Jubal. He was the father of such that handled the harp and organ.
Yeah, so even Cain, now this was going into Cain's sons, you know, and how he had a few sons, and they were all special. They dealt with, you know, in special things, you know. Yeah, different talents, Salakia. And one of them was music. You see what I'm saying? And we know that Cain went off. So, you know, that was on the left side. You know, so yeah, there's music that is good and there's music that is not good. And most of the music that they push in this society is off. Yeah, it's wicked. It's even at a different rate. What do they call it? Frequency. Yeah, megahertz. Hertz, that's it.
They play them at 440 hertz.
Yeah, you know.
Right, and they say the good music, harmonious music is at 432 hertz.
Yeah, because it kind of matches your heart.
Yeah, 432 hertz is harmonious music. Alright, it says it's good for your brain frequencies, your body, your energies. But they push a lot of the music at 430 hertz. Alright, and that 430 hertz, it's meant to like, well anyway, look, no weapon formed against the Israelites shall prosper. Alright, so everything that we hear from them frequencies, it's not really doing us anything. It's just bouncing off of us, really. You know what I mean? That don't hurt us. The Most High camp around about them that fear Him. You know what I mean? But the ones that are pushed, that are zombies and like dry bones, right? It's the valley of death for them, man. Alright, there's so much spiritual, demons, man, wickedness in high places that are affecting the people, and they can't see it. It's a spiritual. I'm gonna bring this up. This is Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 1. A false balance is an abomination to Yahweh, but a just weight is He's the light. So that's the saying, look, man. There's a balancing thing. One more. Isaiah chapter 55. Alright, this is the milky ones, man. You've got to go back to the milk sometimes, man. I mean, desire the sincere milk. Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things.
Yeah, that's it. So no matter whether it's good or evil, the Most High did this. You know, He set it up like that. And like you were saying about, you know, if you're deep rooted in the truth, some of these demons won't be able to come onto you with the music and that. But some of these people, like you say, the dry bones, that it'll cause them to go off even more, man. That's why some of these youngers, when they listen to this music, they get rage, and it's like all anger comes out, you know.
That's right.
Like a form of emotion. It's because that's what the music's doing to them. That's the hurts, like the brother was bringing up. You know, and obviously we need that good music, man. You know.
That little niggas on the rest.
Yeah, like, you know.
It's the music that sets them.
Yeah, it's demonic, man. It's demonic, and like I was saying, yes, yeah, that's what I mean. Get high, have a drink, and then, you know, go and ride on your own brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And like I was saying, they do all these sacrifices and stuff on this music before they put it out. Especially if it's gonna be like, if it's a big star, you know, like a big, you know, renowned person in this world, like, you know, like all them artists and that. So yeah, that's it. Do you want to get me Lamentations 4 and 17? Because yeah, you know, no matter what we do in this society, nothing's going to be able to hold us other than this Bible and Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's right.
One more thing before you move on. You see that music thing, right? Remember, it's called the groves. The groves is where they have the poles. Alright? And on the pole, what they do, they dance. The women are dancing and stripping. And they're doing all sorts of idolatry, man. Right? That's what I'm saying. These things are not far-fetched. They're nothing new under the sun. That's what we were saying. That these musics, what they do, they make profane music for the children. Right? Now they got mad demonic music for children. Like little Uzi Nas, man. Alright? It's crazy right now, but just wanted to see it.
Yeah, no, cool, man. Because what's it? I see a video as well about like some strippers in a club or something about to go stripping, and they're throwing up prayers. They're literally throwing up prayers saying, oh, I don't want to say it, it's graphic, but it's literally, they're saying, look, we don't want no broke guys coming in, yeah, we want drug dealers, we want card scammers, you know what I mean? That's what it's come to, man. Yeah, praying on the left side to the demon about drug dealers and off Israelites mostly to come in the club and throw them dollar bills. That's what our people are. That's how we're destroyed, man. Because you wouldn't see any other nations doing things like that. You know, you might catch a Edomite or two in there, or maybe like a Moab, you know, who's been indoctrinated too. But more time, it's always our people, man.
That's right.
Because we're clinging onto these heathens, man. We think that they can save us, and you know.
We fill up 2/3 of nearly everything.
Yes,
2/3 of the jail cells, we fill up 2/3 of the strip clubs, 2/3 of the churches. Alright? We're 2/3 of everything.
Can't make this up, man.
But we're 1/3 in the jobs. Alright? We're only 1/3 of us in the job system.
That's it.
Man.
We're the lowest. We're always in the ghettos of society and that, you know. Because that's it, man. The system is designed to keep us down, man. You know. But yeah, go on, bring that out, because this is what we.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed, for our vain help in our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
And that's it. That's every time you see this stuff, like our people doing the heathen customs, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to fit in They think that it's the norm, innit?
Ah.
And they think that it's gonna save them. You know, that's why they always want to save the so-called white man. That's why any time they say it's always about, so what about them? Why do you always care about them? We tell you their judgment, or the Most High showed us their judgment all the time. Why not worry about you and your salvation?
That's right.
That's not being selfish. That's just being real, man. You know, because we're spiritually the ones that are cleaving onto something. You know, we need to cleave onto this. You know?
That's lucky, brother Kushal. Yeah, and we was having that discussion last night with the brothers about when we come into this gospel and we're reading it, does say how society or our people will call us now a cult. But then you have to go to that etymology of the word cult and understand that it means culture. So now that we've returned, that the Israelite men have returned back to our culture and we're holding the righteous vibrations of the Most High, it's a hindrance onto people because of now we're doing right and not wrong. So they rather us to be wrong rather than us to be right. That's why you have to use wisdom when we're in this truth, man. You know, be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. So we'll teach our people thus saved. You know?
That's right.
And that's what this system teaches. Everything contrary to sound doctrine. That's why you got pastors now marrying gay couples or homo couples. You know? Yeah, go on.
This is Lamentations chapter 2 and verse 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee, and hiss and wag their heads at the daughters of Jerusalem. Now that's what they do to us, man. Like, look at these niggas, man. Look at these black guys, man. That's what they said. Look at these monkeys. Put us in zoos, man. They had slave zoos. All right. They would wag their heads and like clap their hands. Like, look at these guys. All right. Like, we're some amusement, man. Alright, so we are the real daughters of Israel. We are the real children of Israel, man. Those guys up there are not the real guys. No one wags their heads at them guys. No one hisses at them guys. That's biblical racism here, man. Like, what they are racist to us, man. All of them do that to us. Alright, that's why we fit the conditions of the Israelites, man. Alright, we read that again. Lamentations chapter 2 verse 15. I'll start at 14, man. Lamentations chapter 2 verse 14. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity, to turn away thy captivity. But they have seen for these false burdens, and cause a banishment. That's talking about the vain pastors, man. Alright, they ain't pulling us out of this pit. They're not gathering us together, man. Alright, they're hurting our feelings, man. They're seeing vain things of what the 501c3 charter tells them to push their doctrine, man. Alright? Verse Lamentations 2 and 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their heads at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? Now that's what we're saying to them, Yahweh Shema Mashiach Yahushua Tawada. Let me see the drunkards walking by on the streets and begging on the streets, man. Alright? Now that is this the man that made weak the nations, man. This foolish guy, this guy gets beaten up in the boxing ring. He can't handle us on the football pitch. Can't do not a day, he don't cook properly. Man makes jerk rice, man. Alright? You can't make jerk rice. You should make jerk food, man. You got jerk rice with bloody meat. That don't mix, man. Alright? Alright, keep reading. Lamentations 2 and 16. All thine enemies have opened their mouth against you. They hiss, gnash their teeth. They say, we shall swallow her up. Certainly this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it. So they couldn't wait. Yeah, this is the day that we can come up against and rise up against the Israelites, the best ones, man.
And you know why as well? Because they heard of all the works that Yahweh did for his people all throughout history. You know, he's always stretched out his arm to the obedient ones. That's why it says he will have mercy on thousands of them that love him.
you know?
God.
That keep his commandments. So all these other nations, they know that some more time they know more than our own people, because we're so indoctrinated in this wicked society, you know. But yet they know about you. That's why it says that they wag their heads, because they know. It's like, look, this is the most this is the most highest chosen people. Look at them. Do you know what I mean?
God.
They're on poles. They're doing this. They're doing that. You know.
Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go and get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and in hard language, but to the house of Yasha'Allah of Israel. But not to many people of a strange speech and a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. That's the point. Alright? If the Bible was written for the heathens, they would listen. Alright? And it says, but verse Ezekiel 3 and 7. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted.
That's all throughout the Bible, man. A stiff-necked and hard-hearted people that we are. Yeah, rebellious, you know. But that's why, you know, not all of us are like that, you know. Some, yeah, 1/3, they still want to, they know there's righteousness out here. In this evil and wicked world that we're in, there is still some hope. Do you know what I'm saying? There is still hope. And it's these commandments, man. Because as soon as you start living by these commandments, you know, obviously it takes a little while, you know, you've got to learn and that, but things start changing in your life, man. You know, obviously we know as well that it start detaching yourself from everyone, because everyone, you know, like you was just saying just then, the world thinks it's okay to do this, but when we stand up for righteousness, we're the ones that are in the wrong. We're the ones that look at that we're evil, that we're in the wrong, when really we're standing up for righteousness, you know? That man and man shouldn't be getting married. Man and man, that's an abomination.
That's right. That's right.
But when we say this, we're the ones that get looked at like we're the ones that are in the wrong.
Women shouldn't wear trousers.
Yeah, women shouldn't wear trousers.
Now we're getting kicked
out.
Yeah.
Tell them to take that thing out of their head. And they want to persecute us.
Yeah, and it's all righteousness, man. Anything that we say is thus saith the Lord.
That's right.
You know, thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's why, you know, do you want to get Romans 15:4? I didn't get that earlier, did I? Yeah, bring it up. Because this is why we need to take this on board, because this was all written for us.
Oh yeah, I was going to bring this up. This is Psalms chapter 104 and verse 31. I will sing unto Yahweh as long as I live. I will sing praises to my power. While I have my being, my meditation of him shall be sweet. I will be glad in Yahweh. Let the sinners be consumed out of the earth. Let the wicked be no more. Bless thou Yahweh. My soul praise Yahweh.
That's what we're doing. We praise the Most High. We sing His song, innit? That's that new song. This gospel. This is our song, man. You know, you know. That's why it says in Job about it's a dreadful sound. Even to our own people, sometimes it's a dreadful sound.
Hey, yo, bro, pick up your headphones.
Remember last week was chatting to that sodomite, and then one of our people walked past and she was like, oh, you shouldn't be saying that, like sticking up for, you know what I mean? Like that was a dreadful sound in her ears. The fact that we were telling
sodomite.
Yeah, he's a sodomite.
He's a sodomite, and he said he's a sodomite.
Yeah, and do you know, this is how madness this has come, and you know it's only affected everyone now, you know. Yeah, go on, bring that out.
Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
That's what they're doing, isn't it? You know, they're putting, you know, it's all backwards, man. Everything is backwards in this whole society.
Romans, let me get this.
Yeah,
We read it the same day, I think. Romans chapter 1 and verse 25. Who changed the truth of power into a lie and worshipped and served the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen.
That's it. You know, when you're, it's like I always say, if you don't agree with it, there's no in between. You just brought it up earlier, isn't it? There's one or the other. So if someone's saying, oh look, it's okay, like you know, they could do what they want as long as it don't affect me, you might as well be that.
That's
because you're not speaking up for righteousness. You're not condemning it. You see what I'm saying? So you might as well. That's what's happening now in China. What they're not saying nothing about this whole thing that's happening in Ukraine. You get me? So it's like they're not condoning it. You know? Same thing.
Leviticus chapter 5 and verse 1. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing, and is a witness, whether he had seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity.
That's it. And if we don't say these things, then the blood's on our hands, isn't it?
That's right.
You know, obviously, when we're not talking about that heathen, but you know, when we see our people in sin, yeah, when we condone it, that's what we're doing. We're speaking up for righteousness. So we have to let our people know that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it's an abomination. What did you have there? Yeah, go on.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
And that's it, man. Everything that was written for our learning. You know, so, and if this is our comfort, this is our hope. Without this, we'll be screwed. You know what I mean? Like when people try and turn around and say they're spiritual, but there's no foundation of what their spiritualism or whatever there is, well, that's madness. There has to be a foundation, you know, and this is our foundation. This is our rock, Yahweh Shai, you know. You got one?
Yeah, this is 1 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 16. All scripture is given by inspiration of power, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction, and in righteousness, that the man of power may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
And you know, you can't get around that, man. It's profitable for reproof, you know, for instruction in righteousness, you know. That's it, man, you know. So I don't know what these pastors are teaching in the church, man, but it's definitely off. You know, that's why they're getting paid well for it. Like, that's why they got good cars and all that. Yeah. So yeah, that's why we speak up for this stuff, man. Yeah, so we just need to wake up, brothers and sisters, you know. Serious, man. You want to get me Revelation 8 and 4?
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. Come out of her, my people. That ye be not partakers of her sins. That ye receive not of her plague.
Yeah, man. And that's it, man. Everything that you see right now is all sin, man. Anywhere you look around, like you know, the brother brought out before when we had a lesson, it's like, you know, we strive our best to keep the commandments, but sometimes we might be sinning and not knowing, you know, because obviously there's deeper laws and commandments that, you know, we wouldn't even know if we was going off. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we strive to come out of this her is Babylon. You know, we need to come out of this, because we don't, every time the more and more that we're in this society is the more we can end up going off. That's why was it Enoch when he was translated? Yeah, that's why he got taken out just before, because if he didn't, Elijah, yeah, he would have been indoctrinated by this wickedness, you know. So he got taken out just in time, you know. No, but yeah, it says it somewhere. No, it doesn't say that. That's like my thing, Salakia. It doesn't say that, but what I'm saying is he got taken out in case yeah, go on, bring that out, Salakia.
This is Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
He pleased power and was beloved of him, so that living amongst sinners he was translated. Yea, speedily was he taken away, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul. For
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because, you know, wickedness, you know, would have indoctrinated him, innit? Would have beguiled his soul. That's no, Salakia, I've got the wrong person still. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why we need to come out of her, man. Come out of her, my people. You know, and with that, I'm going to hand it over to the next powerful speaker that's going to edify you 10 times better than me. So all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahar Kadash.
Come on,